This series comes after our evaluation of the Ten Commandments found in the book of Deuteronomy, and it is hard to think of a more propitious time for it to come about. If one understands the typology of what is being portrayed here in 1 Samuel 17, he can then see how marvelous it is in relation to those 10 commandments, and indeed the whole law of Moses that brought such great trouble upon Israel. This doesn't mean that the law is sin. In asking that question, is the law sin? Paul answers, certainly not. However, if you watch those sermons on the Ten Commandments, you will see exactly why they brought such calamity upon Israel. The problem does not rest in what the Lord gave to Israel. Rather, the problem rests within each person of Israel. It is a problem that finds its source in our first father, Adam. And it is a problem that actually affects all of us, but which is highlighted in Israel. Our text verse comes from Galatians 4, it's verses 1 through 5. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, does not differ at all from a slave, though he is master of all, but is under guardians and stewards until the time appointed by the Father. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons. Paul says that God sent forth his Son to redeem those who were under the law. If Israel had the law, then why do they need to be redeemed from the law? One must understand Paul's entire argument from the book of Galatians in order to understand why this is so. Conveniently, we are right now going through the book of Galatians in our Thursday night Bible studies, and you are welcome to join us live streaming or catch up on the recorded YouTube videos. But please understand that the law is not a means to an end, as many people seem to think it is today. It is a means to a dead end. That is clearly presented in 1 Samuel chapter 17. We will see this today and how we can avoid being stuck there. As far as that goes, verse 54 of this passage has a curious note about the head of Goliath being taken to Jerusalem by David. My friend Walter was curious about this a year or so ago, and he emailed me. I told him I had no idea what was being pictured there, and I'm glad I didn't tell him I would get him a quick answer. It only became fully evident on the day that I typed this sermon, after more than 50 or so intense hours of study and many more hours of thinking on what I had studied over the past month plus. Not only did I do those 4 sermons and put them together, but every single day over the past 4 weeks before typing this sermon, I read 1 Samuel 17. And I thought about it. And everything I did throughout the day, working and etc., I was meditating on why is this passage here and what is it telling us. So we'll hope he is watching today, Walter, so that he can finally see what this signifies. I will say this now. It is perfectly in line with what I have already told you concerning the law. Such great truths as this are to be found in his superior word. And so let us turn to that precious word once again, and may God speak to us through his word today, and may his glorious name ever be praised.